All right, y'all, what's going on here? We're going to go ahead and kick this baby off. We got about 10 minutes until the data dump, 12 minutes to be exact, until the data dump. We have got a little bit of just a slight drop from today's highs. We dropped down, 10 points, 12 points? We're kind of hanging out. So I've been spending about 20 minutes just kind of reading through comments on Twitter just to see what's going on here because it's comical and fun. And man, there's a lot of mountains people are dying on. There's some people even calling for 6,000, or I'm sorry, 5,000 in the upcoming year, and of course there's some people calling for 2,000. So a lot of people are saying we're going to hike 75 and rocket. A lot of people are saying 75's baked in. A lot of people are saying it's one thing. A lot of people saying the other. It's all a bunch of nonsense. The bottom line is that no one truly knows what's going on. Nobody has any idea what's going to happen. And that I myself included. So we can have some fun. We could talk. We can speculate. But all in all, when it comes down to putting the tires to the road, we got to play risk mitigation. All right. So what y'all think? I think I'm still going to play my plan, and that is setting a small put right before the FOMC, and then if I'm wrong, I'll take a call to offset the losses. Because here's the deal: there is a lot of movement that I expect. Granted, I am thinking it'll be less movement than at prior FOMCs, but I still think volatile and enough to make money on a zero DTE contract. And that's what I intend on doing. So you got to be careful. It's going to be this. This is why I'm going small. Like this is the reason why I'm putting on this position is to put on a small position to turn into a large amount of money or a larger amount of money. So I'm going to let this one be a little bit more. What I'm going to try to do is put on the counter play to make up the loss. Instead of putting on a stop loss, I'll put on a counter play to make up the loss. So that's all we can do. That's all I can do is try to be as neutral as possible and still putting on some risk. Yeah, they just removed most of the liquidity on Bookmap, so that's common around a catalyst. We've got liquidity up and down. Exactly, basically legging into a strangle. If I need to, I'll throw the call on there, and worst case I'll break even. Best case I'll make a bunch of money. So we'll see. Let's take a look at the hero indicator. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Do you know what I'm going to do? Hold on a second. What are we doing? So negative deltas are spiking. So I think what I'm going to do is take a 1 DTE SPX put, and then I'll hedge it with a 0 DTE call. If y'all know what I'm saying. So due to the nature of the move and the volatility, I'm not going to set a stop because this thing can easily go down 50% on one candle. So all right, so I'm going to look at July 28th puts, and I'm going to go down to let's see. I'm going to go down to 39.40. No, I'm going to go lower than that. I'm going to be a little more aggressive than that. IV tomorrow is a lot less than today. So yeah, we're almost at 100% IV. So IV has come up from 50% to 100%. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trade 39.30 puts for tomorrow. They're currently trading for $16. And I'm going to go ahead and execute those right now. So the IV on those are only 30%. So it's super low IV. Not worried about those in terms of IV. So I'm going to put that in the swing position panel. Entry 728 contract, 728 SPX. Let me get the exact fill on these babies. 3930 puts. Intent is to counter upside with 0 DTE calls. All right, there we go. So that's my thing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm trading a 1 DTE, and there's a couple of reasons why I elected to go with July 28th. One is to mitigate losses in the event that I'm wrong. Two is that I think if we do have a sell-off today, we'll continue selling into tomorrow, and I'll get that double pump. I'll be able to hold it until tomorrow. That's the intent. On the flip side, if things get bullish, I'm going to throw on a call and offset those losses to the upside. And I'll place an even bigger position size than what I just took so I can offset those losses. So please understand what I'm doing. I'm doing a risk mitigated play. I'm putting on some risk, but I'm having a plan on which to limit my downside. I'm not just putting on some puts and kicking my feet up and YOLOing. Yeah, exactly. That's the big thing is GDP, and we'll judge by what's going on here. I bought the puts. Not to mention 1 DTE are much, much lower IV. Today the IV is already at 100%. I'm going with a 35%. I'll determine direction based on the price action because I have no idea what to expect. Is 75 points hiked in because we just rallied for 7%? Are we going to rally up to 4,100? Like, I have no idea. Your guess is as good as mine, Chief. So we'll see. We got 5 minutes, though. All right, so I'm flipping back to the July 27th plays, and I'm going to open up. Let's see, we're currently 39. I'm going to open up 4,000 0 DTE calls, which will pretty much, by the time the data is released, those are pretty much, if we are bullish, those will be at the money. Those will be at the money by the time we pop, if not more. So we'll see. That's the name of the plan. That's the name of the game right here. All liquidity's been wiped. Look at that on Bookmap. Wipe-a-roni. We are now in the ether of space. We're just kind of floating out in space. So, whether or not you follow this play, which I hope you don't, and you do your own thing, just make sure you've got a plan. Make sure you've got a plan in case things go wrong, in case you're incorrect, in case things fly to 4,100. Don't just sit here with a put and watch this thing climb to oblivion. Put on a call. Even if you just hold the put on a call and just let it eat. Don't just sit here and watch your position be blasted into oblivion. That's the way to manage a position. I have no idea what's going to happen, but I want to put on a put. So. Nothing guarantees anything. Hold me, I'm scared. Trust me, I'm scared too. Because I do not want to see a 4-foot green candle come across my screen. All right, we got 3 minutes. We got 3 minutes. Sharky keeps on saying buy calls. Puts gonna get. He says puts gonna get wrecked. Bye bye bye. SPY. I love it. I love it. All right, 2 minutes. We got 2 minutes here. What does Hero look like? Actually, negative deltas are coming in hot at the moment. Coming in hot. So we'll see how things go. I mean, we've done the research. We've looked at the charts. We've placed our bets. Now, yeah, so we'll see. I post my position in the Swing Positions channel. And this is where we're going to go. All right, hey, that's a good idea. What I'm going to actually do is I am going to put on slow mode, because people are going to be typing OMG and and rah for like 1,500 times. So I put on 5-second slow mode. So choose your posts carefully. Choose your post carefully. We could do nothing. Yeah, we could chop, because it is, FOMC is not as what it once was. I have got 4,000 calls pulled up. Not 4,000 calls, strike of a 4,000 calls. A strike of 4,000. So, for 0 DTE, July 27th. How much would 4,000 calls be? Let me see. 4.3 million. Nice. All right, here we go. 10 seconds. Let's see what happens. Amazon is 148. What we got? We're right at R2. Let's watch Bookmap light up like a Christmas tree. Remember, the big move may not happen until 2:30. Green candle will start the day off, 39.82. No volume, though. Hasn't hit yet. They got to put a large amount of liquidity at 39.25 and nothing else. Yep, so they hit 75 as expected. 75 as expected. That's what we already knew. They put on liquidity back at 39.25. I'm looking way up. I'm looking way down. What do I see? 39.25. Top wick. I don't really see much movement elsewhere. I got 12,433 on Nasdaq. I'm seeing a red candle on the Vix, small, but no movement yet. So we're probably going to have to wait for the press conference at 2:30. IV, banana. Oh, banana. A unique name to spell banana. Yeah. So, yeah, we got liquidity coming on way down lower. 39.25, 38.75, and Falleroni. But we'll see. They've got a little bit also at 4,078. But 38.75. So we do have outliers here. We do have outliers. So far, nothing. What did Ross do? He put on some premium? What did he do? I'm glad I didn't take a strangle. That's for shizzle. That's for shizzle. I'd be freaking out right like that. I was like, no. Everybody would be like, well, my premiums are down 20%, blah. Yeah, so watch VIX too. Watch the VIX. Right now, buy volume coming in. That's a big spike in buy volume, but this candle's not moving yet. I see bottom wicks across the board on Nasdaq. I see VIX coming off. Where are we going? I've got calls pulled up and ready. I will jump into some major calls if this thing jumps. I currently have July 27th, 4,000 calls pulled up. Currently trading for $11.75. We're not really moving. We've moved 3 points. It's in the data. JPow's talking in 28 minutes. So we're probably just kind of hanging out here until that happens, up or down, maybe 10 points or something. So there's two things I want you all to pay attention to, especially since the price action's a little bit wonky, a little flat right now comparatively. Watch the IV on the 0 DTE contracts. Right before the dump, it was right under 100%. It was like 90 something. Now it is 86. So it's dropped a touch. But watch what happens on the event. $4,000. 16 points outside the money right now. Vix is dropping. Got some green coming in here. Got some green. We got 4,017 put on. 39.62, 39.25 being put on. I'm just kind of hanging out here watching this stuff. R3 coming up on R3 and 12,500 on Nasdaq, which is the largest amount of liquidity there. So watch out for this 12,500 level. Nope, haven't taken them yet. This is so far second candle. There's plenty of movement once this thing starts moving, so I surely don't want to lose on both legs. So Fed anticipates ongoing increases in interest rates. Okay? So, look at that. They just flipped the Roni that candle. They just completely flipped that candle based on that comment, but we'll see. Ongoing increases is not good. All right, so overall economic activity appears to have picked up after, what was that for? Official statement red line. Food and energy prices, Roja, blah, 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 blah. Causing tremendous unit, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we already know that. Thank you. Inflation remains elevated, reflecting supply and demand imbalances related to the pandemic, higher food and energy prices, and broader pressures. Blah, blah, blah. The committee seeks to achieve maximum employment inflation rate of 2% over long, which is nowhere close. The committee decides to raise the target range for federal funds rate to 2.1% and anticipates ongoing. All right, here we go. The federal funds rate to 2.34% and anticipates that ongoing increases in the target range will be appropriate. So they are going to be continuing to hike. Now we'll see how we start to adjust to that coming out next week, or I'm sorry, in the event coming up. So, yeah, all I've got right now is the put still. That's good for puts, saying that they're going to go ongoing. The two big things that are a bullish case in this event is one, rate cuts, or two, they're going to put on hold hikes for the fall. And now they just said they are going to continue to hike, and we'll see what he says about rate cuts coming up here in the presser in 24 minutes. But that was a good green candle that they just reversed eronied on some nice sell volume. Looking at the ES, we have liquidity spread all over the place, so nothing real determinate yet. VIX is buying back up, and we got a little drop here. So my puts are green by 2%. They're green by 2%. And there's a little VWAP touch. What's going to happen? That's what I'm looking for. The real move could be tomorrow, which, James, that's why I took a 1 DTE contract. So if this does fall, then I can hold it till tomorrow. Now, granted, we do have GDP, which will throw in a variable. There's always variables in this market. So let's see what happens. Big sell volume coming in. We come down and touch VWAP. We got R1 bounced off of to the penny like a glove. And we got the VIX 2381. Exit a strangle at the loss. Yeah, I didn't take a strangle this time. I'm not being fooled into that again. So you remember, this means nothing until he starts talking. Just to get ready. Don't be jumping on your soapbox until 230, 240, 240, somewhere in there. No additional plays. I'm still holding the puts. Stop loss on puts. I'll know it when I see it. Right. My first priority is to get into calls, and then I'll worry about stopping out of my puts. But I don't care. If things go up, my first priority is to take calls. Because I've already got downside risk on. I've already got puts on. So if we start going up, now my priority is to get enough calls. If we continue on going down, I'm going to kick my feet up and watch. And then I'm going to go get some fillets. Why did I get puts? Because I was very suspect of this 3% move, which no one's won yet. You know, I'm not. There's nothing matters until the post presser movement. So, Leon, if things get silly enough, I'll put on some extra puts, but we need to get to that first. First things first is we need to figure out this position. First thing is first. Before we start talking about adding more puts, we need to see if this is going down. Nothing's happening yet. I'm only up 5%, and I was just down 8% about 5 minutes ago. So the only two positions I have on right now are the 39.30 puts and the Amazon puts that we swung on Friday, both of which are green at the moment. Oh, I got into puts, 10 minutes ago? So right now, there ain't nothing going on. We're just chopping. We're waiting. Liquidity is lower at 39.60. And that's, there's no real outliers here. We got a little bit at 4,000 and above, a little bit at 39.20 and below. And we just, we're pinning right now. Yeah, they announced it, 75. Sharky Tour, still very, very pinned about going up. Let us go up. I don't care. I don't care what happens. I'll put it on a play. IV is still very high. Let me see. Let's take a look. Let's keep monitoring IV for learning purposes. So a 0 DTE contract at the money is now 87. So it's still hanging out high. Yeah, it's still hanging out high. That means the event still hasn't been hit yet, which, yeah, we know that. Coming out, Jay Powell, now in 20 minutes. And he'll talk for 78 hours. And then say the same stuff. Hopefully they hit some good pressing questions. And I've got 4,000 calls up and ready. They're now $7.90. When I first looked at them, they were $12. Now they're $8. What are the bonds doing? All right, so the bonds sold off a little bit, but they're overall flattish on the day in terms of the session. And we're bouncing off R1 again. The Vix is sold off, bounced back up, they're flat. Well, the first sign right now, which is what dropped us down, is that they're notes. So everyone is only focused on the 75. They're not focused on the forward looking. They're not focused on the fact that he said we're continuing to hike. Most people, or a lot of people, were hoping that they would at least halt hiking or pull back on it. And he just said that we're going to continue to hike. So I think the movement will come when he talks. And I don't know if we're going up and down. Who knows? But we will see. We will see. Yeah, let's make it productive in the YouTube chat, please. We don't usually cheerlead in this community. Yeah, and that that's another thing too, is that this FOMC will be a lot more muted than in past FOMCs. I think the craziness around FOMC will start to diminish, including today. All right, let's take a look. Hero indicator right now. Put negative flows are spiking, which is interesting. I'm going to look over at the Qs now too. Q. Same thing. Negative flows spiking. Oh, nope, just updated. Flat. But there's more put flow or more negative than positive. If we think it's going to go up during talk, are you going to be buying more calls than? Yes, good question. So if things are bullish, I will take a larger position size in calls than the position I took in puts. So, good question. Good question. So they put on a larger amount just now at 39.62. If you look there, they just put on, they doubled down on it. We do have more liquidity lower than upper, but still spread out everywhere. So there's a buy back to what, R2. Well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. If things start to sell off, we'll talk about adding positions. I'll probably looking at some 0 DTE puts if things start to get pretty bearish. But, you know, that's a big if. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Treasury yields fall further after Fed decision. I don't really see a movement in the yields right now. Am I looking at the wrong thing? I got the 10-year yields, 30 years, and 2 years, and they're not moving. Right now, nobody's winning. Yep, you're absolutely right. You know, bulls are bear. I would say this: bulls aren't going to win unless we pop 4,000. Bears aren't going to win unless we pop 39.30, 39.20. We need movement, and we need sustained movement to really start hanging your hat on one way or the other. Because anything can be reversed into single candle. We can have 40. We could have a 40 or 50 point candle coming up in 25 minutes. So, just keep yourself spry. I think it's going to happen, Mike. I think it's going to happen. There's QQQ hero right there. Yeah, keep an eye on Apple, of course. Yep. XLF, not moving. Nothing's moving. Dead flatteroni. Up 30% on Monday puts even now. Nice. I still have the calls pulled up and ready. Boring stuff. No. 10 points outside the money on SPX is 10 cents for SPY. 10 times the amount. I'm sorry, $1. Not 10 points, $1. That would be 1,000. Yeah, so negative flow is going to be selling calls, buying puts. Now what we're seeing here is volume has fallen off. So there's no participation, which tips my hat to the buyers. Buyers are going to win out in a low volume environment like this. So as the volume stays off, we'll creep up, just like we have been all day. And then if the volume starts to come in after he starts talking, we'll get a move. I don't see your ladder. I see levels of liquidity being put on beneath us, but let me look here. Now, I don't really see the ladder that I'd like to see. Well, no, it's still all light. All that stuff is. When I see a ladder, it kind of looks like this, except it's lots of 100, not 10. So it's all pretty light stuff. Now, when was this put on? Let's see. Yeah, all this stuff was on all day, so this wasn't added. This is all pre-data dump. Sweet. I just got a 20% off coupon on Harbor Freight. Let's make it happen. Love me some Harbor Freight, dude. Yeah, I don't do market orders. Oh, dude, I love Harbor Freight. Everything I've ever bought from Harbor Freight, I use Harbor Freight for like one and done. If I need one tool for like that's very specific that I would only use once, I go to Harbor Freight. And the dang things have outlasted my Lowe's and Home Depot purchases. Like I still have Harbor Freight, the one and done tools that I bought 10 years ago that I expected to toss. They're still working. Man, it's awesome. Harbor Freight tacos, that's right. Best LED work light ever invented, yeah, buddy. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna get up the link here so we can all watch together. Oh, if Harbor Freight had calls, man, I'm sure they are. I'm sure they do. They are owned by somebody who has a holding in them, but I don't know. All right, Federal Reserve. The FOMC press conference live July 27th, 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. For those on my YouTube channel, there's the link right there. And for those in the channel, Discord, there's a link right there. Hill. I'll let anybody else. I'll let other people answer that question. No, they've already announced 75. They've already announced 75. Yeah, from a bookmap perspective, the liquidity is definitely pointing lower. Or at least it's listing towards lower. However, none of this matters until they talk. So, whatever. What do we got on the flow? Mixed calls, puts. I see a lot of calls and puts there. There are two things. There are two main topics to look for. What he anticipates for hikes in the future, and when do they start when are they anticipating rate cuts? Those are the two big key words you need to listen to. Perk your ears up if you hear the word cuts or anything talking about rate hikes in this fall. I'm not going to be streaming the YouTube video through my stream just because there's like a double delay, and I don't think it's very useful to you. But yeah, so we got 39.94, we got 4,000, we got 40, we even have 4,016. They even put some on up there at 40.30. But then we also have the big level here at 39.62, and then a little bit built in lower to 39.20. If I bought two SPX 39.30, should I already have? No, that's up to you. The reason why I'm gonna look at calls here is to protect my risk, or to account for risk. So if we start climbing, I'll take a bigger position, probably double the position size, which is not that much still. It's still a very small position size. Probably double the amount of calls and ride those up. And they'll quickly overcome the losses because it's double the position size. But you do you, you do you. Why not sell the put and buy a call? Well, my first priority would be get into the calls, and then I'll close out the puts. But I want to get in the calls first. It's really, six with one half dozen for the other, because you're still going to pretty much negate the loss. But I'll be doing 0 DTE 4,000 calls on SPX. Yeah. Well, that happened. Yes, that did happen. But remember, when Powell started talking, and we raged 100 points or 80 points, and then we fell back off like 30, 40 points, and then we started chopping for an hour while he sat there and talked. And then after he was done, we went right back up and we went to new highs. So very bullish move last time, but there was some choppiness crept in there. Correct. So right now I'm holding 1 DTE puts right now. A small position size just because I want to put some risk on. Because if they pay off, they'll pay off big. If I'm wrong and things are bullish, right now I'm going to be looking at the 4,000 calls, and if I need to, I'll get in, double the position size, and play those to the upside. No, my SR levels are proprietary and calculated by me. Now you do you. Now the downside, what are the risks to doing what I'm doing here? I'm wrong. I get faked out on a green candle, and now I'm losing on calls, and I'm having a ride a losing call position, and I have to manage the puts to make up for the losing call. Or I get in a call, a 0 DTE call, and the position spikes once and then goes flat, and theta kills the position. Those are the risks. But either way, you need to be quick. Yeah, nothing's going to happen until after he starts talking. So. Straddle strategies. Yeah, so a straddle is taking a call and a put, long call, long put, at the same price. So SPY right now, you would take approximately 396 call, 396 put, or split the difference, 397. It's right in the middle. Your worst enemy is flat action. Like right now, you'd be destroyed. So there are a couple of ways to do it. Is to set a predetermined order. So you would set a sell order for the call and the put. So if we happen to do one of those things where we rocket 50 points and then dump 80 points, you sell the call automatically and you take the put back down and you make double whammy. Or you just go up and keep on going up, at which point you close the call and you keep on going up. But when you take profit depends on price action. What happens? Do we keep on going? Or do we pin flat, or do we go up in the reverse? Like there's erratic price action regardless. We are trading FOMC 0Ds for the rush. Well, yeah, it makes good money. Is he coming out? Nope. So they haven't started the conference yet. But we're pinned here to R2. $4,000 calls are currently trading for $9.20. Well, that's another thing too. What if we get a momentary squeeze and then we dump back down? So that's why I am more worried about getting into a call than I am closing out my puts, because what if we do that, which is common? What if I can ride a call up to 4,000 and then we reject and dump down to 3,900? And if you don't think that's possible, I'd like you to go back and look at 2 FOMCs ago where we fell 70 points and then raised 110 points in an hour, all within an hour. So now, granted, I don't think that's going to happen because I think the effect of this FOMC is going to be a little less than it was then, but we're still going to have some volatility. Y'all catch what I'm saying? So they just put on more at 39.22, 39.21. There's more liquidity lower, but again, nothing matters. Nothing else matters until the speech. They haven't turned on the stream yet, so he ain't coming out yet. But it looks like it may start here in 20 seconds or so. We'll see. Oh, they just wiped all liquidity lower. Look at Bookmap. They just wiped it, which is a catalyst event. So the weekly level's still there, but everything else was wiped. They took off the 40.15. They took off everything below except for 39.20. So they still have 4,000 and they still have 39.20 on, but they took everything else off. Now they put back on 39.40. All right, here he comes. I'm going to be quiet and listen. I'll talk about highlights. All right, here we go. I've got the 4,000 calls up and ready. Good afternoon. Ooh, 39.12. Look at that. Reducing balance sheet big time. Watch IV. About an hour. 30 minutes to an hour. Oof. Volatility's coming in. Uh-oh. That's a 30-point candle. Be careful. Apple's smoking. Apple's screaming. Be careful. All right, so watch out. Top wick. Oof. looking at 40/20s now. It's an important question. $4,100. Watch out for 4,000 here. And R5. Wow. Wow. Come on, give me more. Come on. Okay. So you got to be careful here. This is, I mean, he's not saying anything good. So be careful for a reversal. $40.10. Give me 10 more. No, don't do it. All right. I'm trying to listen in the background here, but all right. So he came up there. He didn't say anything. He didn't say anything bearish or anything bullish. Everything he said was quite bad. But we'll see. We'll see. So I moved up to the 40/20s instead of the 4,000s because the time I'd looked at it, they was already pretty much like 38.95 or I'm sorry, 39.95. So I bumped them up to the 39 to the 40/20s just to get more. Just to get more. All right, so 4,009. Right at R5. So careful here. If we break R5, we may have a little squeeze on our hands, but we'll see. We'll see. And there's what we got there on the book. Oh, just went out higher. Just put in a new high right there. Wow. So if we take out R5, watch out for a squeeze here. I do have an R6 calculated, so if we need that, we can come out. 4012, Apple is still squeezing. I'm trying to talk and listen at the same time. It's hard. Oh, yeah, no kidding. 40186. 40186 is R6. Just be careful, because although we're writing this thing up, this is like everything he said is bad, and I think we could do what we did back in April, except reverse. We'll see, though. All right, I'm getting uncomfortable up here. Wow. Wow. It's still pumping. It's not a bad idea, Chris. It's not a bad idea. Amazon's still going up. Google's still going up. That's why I'm being very careful here, because everything he said was pretty heavy, and yet we bounced what, 50 points? So just be careful. Yeah, we talked about the 40-20s moving up. 852 on 12. Oh, nice. What's XLF doing here? Green, nothing but green. Ooh, important question. Nice, Jeff. 600%. Well done. What do you think's already happening, chump? Jeez. What other retraction do you need to see? All right, back building again. Watch out for 40-25 liquidity, which is also just about R5. We're rejecting R5 perfectly. And now I'm looking for maybe 40-37 here, but all in all, be careful. Be careful. $4,009. So we got to 431, which is right on R5. So that is right there. Man, it's just yeah. All right. 4,950. Just hanging out. Just be very careful. If you're holding calls here, just be very careful. Because I've heard nothing bullish so far. And we might have a reversal of what happened back in whatchamacallit. Yeah, it's double talk now. All right, I'm turning this down so I can pay attention. I'm trying to talk and listen at the same time. All right, so basically what he said is that one, they hiked 75 unanimously. They have not ruled out the possibility of 100 or even greater hikes in the future. Not only are they not pausing hikes, but they're looking at furthering their hikes in the future, in addition to tightening their balance sheet, reducing their balance sheet. So continuing quantitative tightening, reducing the rate hike. So everything they said, there's nothing bullish about what he said, which is, I'm saying, being very careful here for an end-of-the-day dump. Kind of a reversal of what happened back in April, which we had a 70-point sell-off in April and then a 110-point buy-up on April, so, or whenever it was, March, April. So just be very careful. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Look at Hero. Let's take a look. SPY. What? Oh my gosh. All right, so negative flow came off, and we're about to put a new high of the day. Divergence here on, yeah, a little divergence. Look at that, pump and dump. Wow. Wow. Holy crapperoni. 40-20, now we're pumping. Oh, wow. Hey, we'll see. We'll see what happens, you know. We will see what happens. We're at 40-20 already, so we're what? We are 50 points above, 53 points above where we were at this morning before the pre-FOMC. So I'm just climbing. Yeah, or whatever. Jabroni. So the Nasdaq is up 4% right there. 4% right there. And the S&P is up 2.45. Vix is not moving. So Vix is only up 23.3. So Vix is not moving at all. Yeah, the 40-20s. The 40-20s we've been talking about. So the Vix came from 23.97 and came all the way down to 23.06, but that's it. Like, there's no movement on the Vix. Still no hedging. And we're just right back up to 40-20 now. So and we're out on 400. We finally broke above R5, so careful there. Man, we are. Well, Scrub Lord, that's why I elected to take the 1 DTEs and play the 0 DTE calls up. So you play the zeros up, and I've loaded the 1 DTEs down south for tomorrow, just in case we get a reversal. What I can do is pay for that trade and overcome that, make more money, close out the calls, and then, or let the close up, whatever, and then tomorrow 1DT will come on down. That's the plan, at least. I have no idea if that's going to happen. I'm just playing as it comes. But I'm watching tech right here. Yeah, I'm in the puts we posted in the swing channel. No, things happen so fast. I mean, I tried to, I told you all I was moving up to the 40-20s, but yeah. Think we'll pin at 40-20s. I don't know. You got 40-20-75. Something funny, Luke? Ooh, important question. Listen to this. Listen to this important question. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's why. That's why. So they've been loading puts. All right, so what he just said is that they're looking at more, even higher hikes coming up here in the upcoming months due to just to get inflation under control. So even hiking 1% or a full point. So even he says that use CPE, not CPI, PCE. Beautiful. That's beautiful. I mean, he just said what everyone else should be doing. $39.12 has just been put on, by the way. I'm telling y'all, be careful. Y'all be careful on this downside here. Or I'm sorry, on the upside. Yeah. All right, so he just said that one, PCE is a better measure of inflation than CPI, which is what we've been talking about here. The CPI has to do with brings in energy costs, which is grossly inflated due to what's been going on in Russia and all this other stuff. And then we've got PCE is a better measure. So we're looking at, especially going into for the next FOMCs and next CPIs, that bring in the PCE into your cross check. So. Yeah, I'm still holding the puts. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm out on those. I don't trust this. Honestly, don't trust this upside right here. I don't see. I don't hear anything about positive here, but we'll see. We'll see. Once he comes off, once he gets done talking, we'll move again. But I don't know if it's up or down. Yeah, he might not start talking like last time. He's already been talking for 30 minutes. I mean, if a reversal happens, absolutely, absolutely. But I need to see that first. That's a speculation. That's speculation right now. I'm not sure what he's gonna do. But I want to, because they are ones. I'm gonna. That's precisely why I put the play on. That's why I plan to put one on so I can hold it tomorrow. And we rejected an R5 perfectly here, perfectly. Yeah, definitely, definitely. So now the important question been asked. Now they're just kind of yapping, but I've heard what I need to hear. So, there's the puts I posted in the swing channel. Nice, PJ. Swing channel, W dog. Yeah, put him in the swing position channel. So a little sell volume coming in here. We have. I'm going to give you an update on the post of the book map here. They're putting on a little bit down there at 39.70, which would be nice, but bam. Here is SPY right here. Right there. I'm going to go to QQQ as well. Yeah. Yeah, we got. We still have Facebook earnings coming up here tonight after the market closes. Any thoughts on Meta? I'm not playing it. I have no idea what Meta's going to do. They've been bouncing off in this trend line for like clockwork, and they may look like they're freaking ridiculous, but I'm not playing it. Justin. $40.22 on ES. They went to new highs. Look at that. Booyakasha. R6. Did I not post that? I thought I posted that. 40186. 40186. Bam. Posted. I think we're dumping tomorrow, personally. Yep, I think, if not today, I think tomorrow we're dumping. Just like we did last time, you know. $41.86. No, 410.86. I'm sorry, 401.86 on SPY. 401.86. Granted, you know, I'm just, you know, I'm playing whatever. So I'm going to go back and do an analysis on all the FOMCs this afternoon as well, just to see, because, like, yeah, new high 40.26, 40.26 here. Wow, what a pump! Nothing additional lurking, Larry. I'm not. If we break above here and gets bullish, I'll play more calls above. But right here, I'm just kind of chilling. I'm just kind of chilling. $40.26. Yeah, I'm still in the. No, I'm not in the 40.20s. I'm still in the puts though. But the trade's been paid for, so now I'm saying I'd hold that until tomorrow for a dump. And then now we're talking about what do we do next. That's the new what do we do next position. Vix hasn't moved at all. That's weird. But the status quo of the past month. Top wick. All right, questions. Right when we broke through 4,000, or just about, it was like 39.95. That's when I literally switched to 40.20s, bam. Because I was looking at 4,000s like we talked about, but by the time I saw what was happening so quickly, we already are pretty much at the money, and I want to take a little more risk, so I switched to 40.20s, bam. So didn't even pay all that well, honestly. It paid for the trade, but it didn't get like 300% or anything. I think so. However, you know, obviously risk here. I'm risk off now. I've paid for the trade. I'm good to go. So I'm going to hold my 1DT put tomorrow. It's free money now. So Right there. Am I worried about theta being eaten? Well, I'm more looking for a sell-off tomorrow. So I don't want to close out my puts because they're paid for, and tomorrow we drop and I don't get that money back. So now I'm looking to get that money back, and then if we go up, cool, the trade's already paid for, I'll just play puts, or I'll play calls. I'm down on puts and the strike is too much for the outside the money. Should I sell at a loss in open position close to the money or hold original position? Should I sell at a loss and open a position closer to the money or hold? Well, it really depends how confident you are on the move. I don't know where we're going. I don't know if we're going up or down here. So don't double down. That's for sure. Yeah, don't double down. Nice, Starlord. Yeah, so we're right at 40.22. We've got liquidity up at 40, from 40.29 up to 40.36. We're now on top of R5, 4% on Nasdaq. Man, bonds just got crushed. XLF is way up. And we're at 40.23. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. IV, current IV is 52%, so IV has come off. Do I plan on taking puts tomorrow? I'll let you know. I'm going to hold these puts in tomorrow, but we'll talk what happens in the morning. All right. I'm done listening. That's pretty much everything I got to say. I don't hear anything else really. So. All right. So I posted my plan in the swing channel, so we can keep referring back to that. But what I'm looking at is basically a reversion back down tomorrow, which is common after a big green day on FOMC, especially in our current locations. So is your book map 1 minute time frame? Yeah. So yeah, it's single ticks. Single ticks. Is there a reason not to build in a put position? Because I'm not sure. I mean, look at this, man. Since June 13th, everything is bullish. 9.1 CPI, bullish. Terrible GDP, bullish. Now, J Powell came out and said he's going to be hiking more aggressively. They're going to continue to reduce the balance sheet. They could potentially hike a point, and we popped 70 points. So everything is bullish. I'm not looking. Vix is not moving at all. Even on this big run up, Vix has not moved. So I'm not looking at adding more puts. I've played my initial put. I was wrong, so I took calls to offset the loss and actually made profitable. So now I've got what's called what I call a paid for position. Y'all may not think of it similarly, but this position's paid for. I'm net profitable on the day. So my puts are now down 76%. So tomorrow I'm looking for a reversion back down. And I'm going to hold these puts just in case we get it back down. If I make the money back, then bam, I'll take it. Yeah, how are they getting 2%? Yeah, so I think based on what he said today, there's a potential we could see 100 points next FOMC, based on what I've heard today. I made more than the cost of the put. Let's say that, because I told you I was going double the size of my calls than I did on my puts, which is the intent. Because I don't want to mess with it. So I put on the small position on puts. I doubled the size on the calls, made up the net profitable number. So yeah. Let's take a look. Let's look up the GDP website and see what the expected numbers are. GDP BEA.gov. There we go. Seasonally adjusted annual rates. There it is. I wouldn't add a swing put. No, me personally, no. I think not in this market. I think we can. The bulls continually wreck this thing. So I would not. Yeah, well, here's your 40-50 right here. 40-30, 40-35. He just said the natural unemployment rate's higher than what we were predicting, and we're still going up. That's why I'm thinking we're going down tomorrow. No. I've got all the risk on that I want to take. I've got an Amazon put on. I have got the SPX put from earlier on. That's it. I'm going to leave. That's all I'm touching. Can you explain why deep in the money calls should not be played when bullish? I'm not saying they shouldn't be, but you're taking on, that's a less riskier play, which is fine. Yeah, so there's no call flow right now. There's no positive flow right now. That's even Spot Gamma just said it. Like even on this, the VIX isn't moving. There's no positive delta flow. It's just spiking. So I'm holding my put. Ooh, good question. Look at that, Sol. Jeez Louise. Oh, you're welcome, David. You're welcome, Mike. Well done today. Wow. Is it on a rise to keep scalping? Well, right now, play the trend. Right now, the trend is up. Keep playing it. That's fine. All I'm telling you to do, or all as you should be cautious is just when he stops talking, if we sell off and drop, just like we did back in April, the other way around. So just be aware of the volatility. That's all. Put on stops if you're going to play and take your profits. That's all I'm saying. We could pop up to 40.60 this right before he's done talking. Just keep playing the uptrend here, and just make sure you are accounting for risk and setting your stops. Oh, nice. You took the straddle. Nicely done. Vix has put a new low of the day, 2302. Nasdaq is still 12617, and then 40125. Let me see it, Ross. Post a link to it, and I'll go look at it. Well, my thesis is not so much that he's saying everything bad, so we're dropping tomorrow, because he's been saying, the market's been a dumpster fire since June. It's only getting worse, and yet the market continues to grind upwards. So it's more along the lines of we're up, 5%, 4.5% on tech. ES is up 2.6. We're bouncing up against a pretty strong level. I think we're overbought. Going into tomorrow. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's killer. That's killer. Yeah, I posted my write up in the swing positions just to see, just so y'all can read it, what I plan on doing. Soft challenging was more challenging. 4,100. All right, so what happens after he's done? He's done. That's what happens. We go into 4100. $40.32. We've got liquidity up to $40.45. We'll see. We'll see. All right, FOMC is now done. He said what he's going to say. I didn't hear a single positive thing, but regardless, we played the trend. We played the calls on the upside. 40.31. We got SPY at 401.77. We are approaching R6, which is 401.86. We are now 10 points, now 4 points away from it. It looks like we're going to play right through it. We're going to play right through it. So Apple is up 3.45. This is one of the greener days I've seen in months. Everything is up several percentage points. 40.32. There is R6 right there. We're touching on R6. R5 was the big beast, so R6 I'm really not that worried about. And going. We going. $40.35. Do we have an R7? Now, once this stuff happens, I don't put on R8, R9, R10. I just let it, there's nothing you can do. It's just, it doesn't matter. Cow's opinion. All right. Can you help me please explain this green movement? We are in a bullish cycle right now. That's all I can tell you. The market runs in cycles. We are in a bullish cycle. It's been that way since June. Every single piece of bad news, it goes up. Even Google and Microsoft missed earnings, and Google is now up 8%. Microsoft missed earnings, they're up 7%. We put on CPI, we raised green. Jay Powell just came out and pretty much said, nothing we're doing is really working, and we're going to have to start looking at higher rates in the future. And we are up 2.9%. We're just in a bullish cycle. That's all there is to it. They're just in a bullish cycle. So. Oh, thanks, Tim. Excellent. So going up, I think we're going to touch 40.50. We got 40.50 liquidity put on there. Amazon is up to 122 after dropping down to 114 yesterday. They're up 5.7%. Apple's straight up. Microsoft is straight up. Google's up. XLF, big old pump on financials. XLF, XLY is coming up. And we're now up at 40.40. Oh, thanks, trader. Appreciate that. I'm glad to have y'all here, for sure. So we're now coming up on, 60 points off of the pre-FOMC levels? 60 points. Yeah, if you're just holding straight loss, I don't recommend holding anything. If you're holding, if you're playing a counter trade, then manage the trade. But that's it. I wouldn't recommend anyone hold just a losing position with no hedge or no counter trade. It's too much risk. Plus, considering that we buy up everything, we'll see. We'll see. But I hope you all can learn something about how to manage when things go wrong. I don't blame you, Muhammad. That was a spicy play, so we'll see. We'll see. Man, this thing is still going. 40. God. My calls are now $22 if I would have kept them. That would have been a 400% win. What a jabroni. 300% win. Yeah, I mean, we're up 115 points. We're up 3% on ES, and Nasdaq is approaching 5%. Are you still holding them, the 850 percenters? Nice. Well done. Well done. So we're coming up on a 400-point move, finally, to complete this cycle from June, June 16th. Yeah, this is one of the greenest days we've had. Holy crap. I mean, seeing all these numbers on tech is insane. Oh, man. So we got VIX bouncing back up to 23. Yeah, bear rallies. Yeah. So in 28 minutes, we got Facebook earnings. Facebook earnings. I'm not playing. I'm not touching that one. Although last time they paid very, very well, but I'm still not touching them. Still not touching them. I think we will. You know, I think we're just squeezing right now. I think we'll close. We'll probably close somewhere around there. Who knows? Wow, call the positive flow just fell off a cliff. People are selling calls left and right up here. All right, I'm going to the options chain. What do we got here? I'm going to put my money where the mouth is. Yeah, July 28th. Oh, nice. All right, I've got to order in to do a call credit spread for tomorrow. 41.10s, 41.30s, 20 wide. I'm going as high as I can while still getting $1. I think I might be able to get $1.10 here. Oh, come on, fill me. I didn't get the 110. Can you give it to me? Come on, you got the mid at 110. Yeah, tomorrow. For tomorrow. What you got, trader? For the meta. I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it, but. All right, boom. Theta trades. In. 20 wide call credit spread for tomorrow. If I was less of a chicken, I would go taller. I would go tighter, but yeah. So this pump brought my Amazon puts back to break even. So, obviously, bummer, but hey, that's fine. Yeah, I posted it in the Theta Trades channel. Theta Trades channel, which is there. Do you need a paid membership with TradingView? Yes, you do. I think it's $4 for the S&P, $2 for the Nasdaq. Call verticals are in trading. Call verticals. I dare the Nasdaq to put on 10% in 3 days. So we're up to 40.37. Nasdaq's up to 12.662. We're up 5% today. We've got 40.50 liquidity, 40.60 above. Now, I know I say it all the time, don't follow my trades, but credit spreads, especially credit spreads, don't follow my trades. Because I'm just showing you all that to let you know, all that kind of stuff. But, man, if you don't know how to manage credit spreads when things go wrong, it's not as simple as hey, I lost a premium. It's holy crap, I got destroyed. I destroyed my account. I'm not about to destroy somebody's account. Oh, nice, Sol. Yeah. 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 Well, I'll be paying close attention, and if I take it with this position, just in case we do have a rate, gap up to 41.20, I will be hedging with futures. So, and I'll be hedging with my with SPX options on IBKR. Meta goes to 152 after ER. Trader J coming in with a rare bearish thesis on Meta. I love it. Did we just become best friends? How much would you lose if it goes above 41.30? Okay, well, let's take a look. Stand by. Analysis. I would lose. I'm going to stand to lose $1,900 per contract. Per contract. What is Meta's IV? Now that's max loss, and I would never let anything go to max loss like that without hedging. So the only reason I would let something go to max loss is if I am hedged to the point where I'll be resulting profitable if it goes to that point. And yes, that position will go to max loss, but my net profit and loss will be green if that were to happen. That's the only way I would let a call credit spread go to max loss. Or so managed where the loss is negligible. All right, so IV on July 29th, Facebook or Meta play. Meta's, I hate that name. I call it Facebook. IV on them is 160. At the money positions, 158, 160. For iron condors, how much are you aiming to gain in account size? Not much. My plan for credit spreads is much different for long options. Yes, AGR. Yeah, it's We have all walks of life. I have 7-figure accounts in the Discord, and I've got $100 accounts in the Discord. So whichever. Absolutely, Viper. Yeah. Yeah, I have no illusion or no delusion, whatever it is, that I am right on every trade. Nor if anyone else claims they're right on every trade, they're full of it. What I want to teach you all is how to manage a trade, how to manage your system, because you're not going to be wrong. You're not going to be right all the time. You're not going to be right most of the time. A lot. It's just, 60% of the time you're right every time. Well, that's true in trading. So it's how to manage the position. How do you manage yourself out of a red to a green? How do you switch your P&L from red to green when you're wrong? Nope, I'm not taking a strangle tonight. If you want to take a meta play, that's on you. I'm not touching meta. We got 158% IV. It could drop to 152. I'll tell you what, I'll take a put on meta if Trader J takes a put on meta. How about that? Because he said it's going to 152. If he does it, I'll do it. I'll take one single contract on meta. How often do you find yourself breaking your rules? Interesting question. I don't think I've been asked that. The big ones, never. I have pillars in my system that I never break. Position sizing is one of them. I never, ever, ever break that rule. Over trading would probably be the number one, the rule that I break the most. But I'm also very good to know that, hey, if I'm taking consistent losses, I'm out. I hate losing money. So if I put myself in a position where I cannot trade my way out of it, then I've overtraded and I'm done. But the core pillars of my system I never break. And, that's where you need to get. Position sizing is one of them. The market will never, ever, ever smoke me. Never. And y'all need to get to the position where that happens to y'all too, where the market can never smoke you, no matter what. Yeah, I'm telling you. No bueno. All right, so what's the break even on those things? So you need what, about a 7% drop or a 7-point drop? Interesting. Trust me, I don't claim to be the best trader in the world at all. But I'll tell you that what separates me apart from other traders is I do not care about gambling rules. I do not care about the big win. I care about the slow grind. I care about the slow grind. I care about if I put myself in a position where I'm red, how do I turn it green? How do I think about the next trade? When you are flying, you have to think 10 minutes in the future. You have to think, if I'm applying power on the runway, ready to take off, what happens if my engine goes out? What happens if, if a bird runs or if a deer runs across the runway right in front of me? What happens if I have a loss of engine pressure if I have a loss of oil pressure, 400 feet above the ground? You have to think 10 minutes ahead at all times. And that's the same thing with trading. You have to think 10 minutes ahead at all times. What's up, Hedging-neering? How you doing? Because unfortunately, none of us are in Congress, and we don't know what's going to happen. Has a deer ever run in front of me? No, but I've heard of it happening. That's why I mentioned it. It's a story. But, I've had coworkers with an engine failure on takeoff. That's not fun. When you're in a C-130, which is a 4-engine aircraft, and you lose an engine on takeoff, which is the most vulnerable you need max power, and you can barely get above the treetops that are at the end of the runway. It makes for a lot of puckered booties. Had a parachute malfunction last week on Skydive. Not fun. I have 2 Bitcoin, but I don't want to sell them due to tax reasons. How can I protect them using options against a move to 10,000? Oh, man. I believe there are brokers that you can play options on Bitcoin, if that's correct. I've never looked too far into crypto, so forgive me. But, take puts against your position. Are you able to write covered calls against Bitcoin? I don't know. I don't know. But take puts against your position. That's all you can do. Sell futures. Yeah, if you can trade futures on Bitcoin, yeah. All right, we have 14 minutes till the market closes. I don't really know, what the future of Bitcoin is. I was intrigued by it. I think everybody and their mother was intrigued by it in the last 2 years because it was skyrocketing. I made a little money off Bitcoin and Ethereum, but nothing crazy. I don't have a huge success story with that. But yeah, I mean, look at it now. It's incredibly volatile. Tell me a dad joke. I saw this one earlier. It was what? So my wife found a spider in the corner, and she told me to come get it, and then I was going to kill it, and she said, "Don't kill it, bring it out." So I took it out for a nice time. He's a good guy. His name's John. He's a web developer. What up, Johnny? Terrible. That's terrible. The delivery of that joke was terrible. I take it back. Delivery is everything. That was terrible. Have I noticed that 10 minutes before market close, there's always a candle that versus a trend? I would say an influx of volume, more so. I'm glad, Tristan. I'm glad. I didn't hear that, Patient Purple. If that's all you can do, Yadis, then that's all you can do. But it was a tide. I love it. I love it. All right, so what's the overall volume on today still? We still, do we have any true FOMC volume? Let's go back to June. What do we have on June 29th? Yeah. June 29th, we had slightly more volume, but it was a chop day. Yeah, that was GDP. I'm sorry. You're right. June 15th. I was June 28th with the GDP I was looking at. Yeah, so we had a huge amount of volume in a green day, and then we sold off the next day. Yep, I'm keeping them. So right now, we had, granted we still have 10 minutes left, but we have 1.45 million in volume. Yesterday we had 1.5. The day before that, 1.5. The day before that, we had 1.7. So far, this is the lowest volume candle of the week, but we still have 10 minutes left. Hey, my wife is listening. Please say hi to so she knows she's not recording. Hello, Balancy's wife. How's it going? Yeah, this is definitely not a recording. This is definitely not a hoax, so he can use this as an excuse to be out of the house. Just kidding. Good dude. What is the DD behind the Amazon puts? EPS expectation. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Man, I've got some with what we're going on right now, and I just think we're going down. I think, you know, Amazon's rallied 25%. I think we're going down. I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. But you know what? So be it. I'm gonna fight that battle, and I'll play calls on the way up. You know, I can still play calls. My girlfriend thinks that you're fake too. I love it. I love it. Give us your Barry White voice. Hello. Hey, baby. No, that's not my phone. No. She doesn't believe you're talking to us. Oh. Sean Connery was much better? Yeah. You're best. Fake, you say? South, yeah. The LRS, I love it. Holla holla for dollars. I love it. Oshkosh? Really? I'd be in Oshkosh. I'd love to be. Let's do it. What I want to do is go to the stall competitions out west in the salt flats. I'm more bearish on Apple. I'm only the person in the smartphone. I think I'm with you too, Johnny. And I may play a put on Apple. I think the play on Apple would be an incredible return if it hit. Oh, heck yeah, Scrub Lord. I can't wait to meet y'all, man. It's going to be fun. I think some of y'all might punch me in the face, though, but it'll be fun regardless. I can handle my own. Heck yeah. I've been to Fort Collins. I've been to Colorado Springs. The Garden of the Gods, baby. That was a beautiful, beautiful walk. Come to, hey, I'll be in Vail in December. I expect a lot of y'all to come. I expect y'all to come. That's what she said. Hedging, go into trading floor. Go into trading floor. And that's where we talk. Never been. No, never been in New Mexico. No. Now, I'm watching. I'm gonna watch Facebook earnings, but I'm not in a position for Facebook. Oh, thanks, MF Dune. I'll give you a hug too. Y'all are great, man. What are your points for waiting for it to turn bullish? My outlook, admittedly, my outlook on the economy and the market is bearish. What I need to see is rate cuts being talked about. Because what I heard today on the FOMC is not bullish. What we're seeing now is not bullish. So I think we're going back down tomorrow. So we'll see, man. If Kramer turns bearish, yeah, buy leaps, and I'll see y'all in a couple months. No, I'm just kidding. I'm short ES calls if we get to 4,100. Yeah. I took you up on your affiliate offer on Bookmap yesterday. How do you suggest a beginner get started? Hey, you're here. How do you get started using Bookmap? I would. They just put on 40/20, by the way. 4,000. So just be careful if you're holding calls here. I'm not holding any of the positions. They took off 40/50. Just be careful. That's all I'm saying, y'all. If you're bullish, you know, all power to you. Just be careful. I don't want to see anybody get smoked. Market mechanics make it easy. Market mechanics, man. So yeah, Bookmap. Yeah, follow that link. Ask questions in here. So, you know, when I'm monitoring Bookmap, I'm looking for where is the big market want to post liquidity. And here's the way I look. Here's the way I think about it. If I am a whale, if I am Moby Dick sitting here with $900 million, and I place a big old fat trade, I want that transaction to be. I want that to be transacted. Like I want to fill that offer, or I want to move the market. So if I set 2,000 orders at 40.50, then I'm going to try to bid that market up. So what they'll do is they'll set their positions and they'll turn on their computers and they'll bid it up in small lots, whether it be through icebergs or whatever. That's the way I look at it. So I also think in this environment, we are desperately in need of a recession. We need a healthy pullback in this market. We have been in a bull market for like 14 years straight. And we definitely need it. We definitely need it. How does the meta hero look? Let's take a look. Meta hero. It sounds like a superhero. Meta hero. When trouble comes calling, meta hero is at your service. Massive drop in negative flow. Let's take a look. If I were you personally, I would wait until post earnings to enter the Amazon put. I'm going to hold the risk, but if you're not someone who can tolerate risk that well, I would wait till post earnings on Amazon. There'll be if Amazon is bearish, there'll be plenty of downside. So no big deal. No big deal. There is the hero on the meta right there. So oh, nice. Yeah, Garden of the Gods is beautiful. Beautiful. Yep, meta is extremely high. So if you're playing meta, then you need to be aware of the IV crush. Make sure you're not playing too far outside the money because you will be destroyed. Someone just bought a QQQ 0 DTE for 4 mil. A call sweep, 307. Now that is a gutsy play. Yep. Put open interest on Google was crazy yesterday. Do you think there's a reason for this bullish action? I think to count in my force. I do, and that's why I think all of this. I think all of this is market mechanics. That's why I don't want to get wrapped up in whys and hows in the market. It's just this is market mechanics. So play it to the upside. I tend to be. I plan on being more active tomorrow than I was today, just because I was kind of sitting on my hands waiting. We got 2 minutes till the market closes. Nice, Jimmy. Two minutes. Redesigning EV cars, nice. It's funny seeing that not funny, but interesting that last year SPACs and IPOs were nuts. I mean, people were becoming millionaires off of it, and this year they're all tanking. None of them can get off the ground. Talk about a change in environment. I knew a couple of people in my personal life that had made hundreds of thousands of dollars off of nothing, playing SPACs. This is the biggest rally in Nasdaq since 2020. Is that true? Wow. If that's the case, then I'm definitely looking at long-term puts. I need to look into that. Yeah, so we're up 1,600 points on Nasdaq. And a 4% day after being up 4.7% today. Busiest airport, 1 week per year. Nice, very cool. Oshkosh, 2022. I'd love to be there, man. I'd love to be there. Here, I'll give it to you. Settings, configuration, enhance. It looks like that Q sweep didn't go so well, did it? Uh-oh, that's not good. Mrs. OM just texted me, said her air conditioning turned off, which usually means a radiator problem. I tell you what, man. She owns one of those Infinities. I've had more problems with that stupid car than anything. I like it. She does need a 22. Yeah, no way. 0 issues? Yeah. All right, so we're dropping off here. 40.42 to 40.19. That's a 20-point drop. Lexus Toyota. Yeah. What's up, Lucid? How did you join your Discord? Head on down. There's a link in the description of the video here, the YouTube video. The Discord link there. Also the channel, the link to the website here to sign up as well. So you'll need both of those links. My clicking skills are on point. Yeah, she loved that car though. So, but man, we have put so much money trying to fix that dang car. Ridiculous. Yeah, so thanks, Lucid. I appreciate it. Let me know if you have any help and you have any questions. You can DM me. $18 a month for using heat source. Yeah. All right, market is closed here. So I've got Meta up here to see what we're taking a look at. No plays on Meta. This is just for fun. I'm looking. And let's see. Market is now closed. Meta. Meta is Meta better or is Meta not better? Or does Meta smell like feta after today from not being better? Now you know what Mrs. OM puts up with all the time. I give her gold all the time. It's like, man, she had it out of the park. Just kidding. All right, so 169.11 on Meta. Nice, W Dog. If things start to roll, if there is a chance of me taking a futures put tonight or a future position, it'll be tonight. So I'll start pinging people. Look in the futures trades, these two channels right here. Futures trades and futures trading. Look in those two channels tonight. I'll post in there. I would hope nothing, Chef. But who knows? I haven't paid attention much to it. QCOM missed. All right, let's take a look at Meta. I never met a Meta he didn't like. There, you see. Still no movement on Meta. I'm not seeing any data posted. Yeah, I agree. I hate saying Meta. But all right, how's QCOM? They are dropping considerably from 154 to 149. Big old red candles. ES is not moving. Nasdaq is not moving. Meta. Oh, big red candle Roni on Meta to start the day off, and off we go. There is the race. Number 4 horse dropping from 170 to 163 and falling. Now 162, 160. And there's a 10-point drop in Meta already, and we're coming on down. Holy smokeronies. Wow. But a big old bottom wick here too, so let's see if they're going to hold this. Holy crap. 159.55, 158, and bottom wick, and then dropping. Wow. Here, I'm going to bring this on for y'all too on YouTube. Let's take a look. There's Meta right there. let me bring up the book map on whatever this is called, Meta. Cleared out completely. Nothing. So they barely missed. No, they missed EPS. There's 2.46. They estimated 2.5. 10% down on guidance. That's the problem. The guidance. Did they already post their guidance? That was quick. Holy smokes. Man, y'all get the information before I do. Crap. Wow. Yeah, I saw QCOM. They drop even more. I saw they were down like 6 points. What are they doing? Holy crap, they went even farther. Wow. Face palm. I like it. How's ES adjusting? We have 40.18. So ES is not moving. That's fine. I expected that. Nasdaq is dropping a little bit, but yeah, the meta is not going to move the market as much as it did last time. Meta was a much bigger part, but hey, man, they're 161 and dropping. Let's see how far they're going to go. Yeah, you'll need a big old drop. Now, what is 10%? Did anybody take puts? Is this where everyone comes out and said I had meta puts? So they closed at 169.20 times 0.9. That's 152.28. So a 10% move is 152 on Meta, which is still 9 points out. Can they hold? Can they hold? Ford's going. Wow. Will, my membership focuses on everything. I try to teach you all how to do right premium, how to long options, how to long futures, but more importantly, risk management. How to manage your positions, how to manage your risk, how to manage your portfolio. It's more than just simply how to buy and how to take a trade and all that stuff. It's emotional management, how to tell a proper dad joke with proper timing and execution, how to write premium, how to hedge, all that kind of stuff. All right, about to put in a new low on Meta, 159.54. Coming on down. New low right there, plunging 159 and dropping. So they wiped all the liquidity. They have a little liquidity at 155 and then 184, and that's it. This marks the first quarter ever for a year-over-year decline for Facebook. I believe it. I believe it. I don't believe it. Your ES puts are green now. Nicely done. ES is not really responding to that move. Nasdaq, a little bit of response, not much. But yeah, 161. A pull table. I love it. No, I'm with you. I'm not looking at shorting based on Meta. I am looking at shorting based on the overnight action, because you'll see the algo. If we do have a reversal tomorrow, you'll kind of see the algo start to kick on midnight. You'll see like a 30-point algo sell, and then chop, and another 30-point. Oh, a 30-point algo sell. So Yeah, dark pool plant. I thought they were about to flip it green. Little Missy Elliott. Usually around UK Open. You know, somewhere around 2 o'clock Eastern, 2 or 3 o'clock Eastern. No, I don't think Meta is going to move the market that much. I think the bigger picture will be Amazon and Apple tomorrow night. Plus, we have GDP at 8:30 Eastern tomorrow. So we got a lot. Tomorrow's got a lot going on. It's just like today, we had FOMC. Tomorrow's got a lot going on. So I would definitely, if you are someone who sleeps in right to the bell, I'd probably wake up a little early because we got GDP coming in. GDP come in at 8:30 morning, 8:30 Eastern time, which is before the market opens. GDP will post 1 hour before the market opens. Oh man, I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready for some fall weather, for some Halloween. A little nightmare before Christmas. Nice cool weather. And then of course after that, it's my favorite time of the year. Ski season, baby. Ski season. Skiing is my favorite thing in the world. I love it. Nice, Johnny. Well done today. I've never tried snowboarding, just skiing. How much time do you suggest I give myself to prepare for the market in the morning? For me, it takes me about an hour and a half to do everything, but it's more of a process for me. Obviously this is my career, so and I'm very in depth. If you're a casual trader, then do what you know, trade what you know. But I'd recommend, especially in this catalyst-driven environment, look around at all the different aspects. Pay attention to the bonds and the yields and the different futures and the global markets. And you start bringing a lot of stuff in your cross check. I've grown to like winter less and less. I will tell you, I would enjoy winter more if I was in an area that was more active in snow and outdoorsy, like Colorado. If I could jump off to the ski slopes every weekend, I would love it. But here, I have Indiana, which is I have Paoli Peaks, which is awful. Perfect North, which is incrementally better, but still nice. It's nicer. It's nice considering we're in the southeast, which is still a 5-hour drive. And then I've got, if I want to go to Vail, I've got to fly to freaking Denver and then drive down I-70 to Vail. So if I could be in that area and ski every weekend, I would freaking love it. But all right, Apple and Amazon just had a big green. That I don't know if that's a dark pool or not. That has yet to come off, but yep, there we go. Now it's gone. How do you not get overwhelmed by the data that you have to look into? Uh, when I first became a pilot and I was in the cockpit for the first time, I was overwhelmed by the amount of gauges and systems and information and emergency procedures and radio calls and market and situational awareness I had to maintain. But now, second nature. I can do a radio call. I could check my checklist. I could talk to my crew. I could talk to the tower. I could talk to my OPSEC all just fine. Same thing with the market. The longer you do this, the longer you can get attuned and accustomed to all this stuff. Meta is coming all the way back up. A lot. So, a lot. Are the airlines making huge offers to military pilots? If you are qualified, then yes, it's pretty easy for you to get a job right now in the pilot industry. So, all right, y'all. Well, kids are home. I'm gonna go ahead and call that a day. It is now 3:15, 4:15 Eastern time, and market's not closed, obviously. So, I'll see y'all bright and early in the morning. We got GDP at 8:30, and then we've got Apple and Amazon after market tomorrow, and we'll play there. So y'all take it easy. Until next time, I'm out.